Hey guys, I'm HOJ, and in today's video we're going to be doing another best of one premier draft with Secrets of Strixhaven. So let's go ahead and jump in. Been really loving this set so far, and yeah, it just seems really deep. I haven't done limited in quite some time, but if you haven't checked out my last draft, I'll have a link in the description, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. All right, so let's see what we open. Looks like we have our rare here, Molten Core Maestro. This is a really strong rare. 2 mana, 2/2 with Menace, with the Opus ability. So whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And then if 5 or more mana was spent to cast the spell, add an amount of red mana equal to this creature's power. So a really nice way to, yeah, just get some nice value. Other good cards here, we have End of the Hunt, a really nice uncommon black removal spell. Been really impressed with it. We also have Essence Scatter, which is nice at common. Senar Unfinished Genius is really good in the Prismari deck. I think I'm going to probably go with the rare here, but I could certainly see taking like End of the Hunt. Wilton Heat is also great. Noxious Newt. So yeah, let's see where this goes. All right, pick 2, we have Repel Calamity. Sort of a nice instant speed white removal spell. And then we also have another one here, Ajani's Response. There's a Grapple with Death. And then we also have Poisoner's Apprentice, which takes a little bit of setup, but is good in the Witherbloom deck. And yeah, Cost of Brilliance is nice. You've got a little bit of advantage here with Follow the Lumarets. Fractalize is a nice trick. Even Pursue the Past has been doing well on 17 lands. So a lot of different options here. I think that I'm probably going to go with, I think I like Ajani's Response. It's a really strong card in a good color. And yeah, just nice and flexible. All right, and then our next pick we have either Burst Lightning at uncommon, nice instant speed removal. We also have Colossus of the Blood Age, which is really kind of showing us a nice signal here for the whatever the new Boros faction is called. Essence Scatter, Expressive Fire Dancer is pretty good. And yeah, Terrafractal, Biomancer, but I think we're just going to take the Burst Lightning. It's so efficient. I could certainly see taking the Colossus here, as we've got already 2 cards in the right colors. So could see that, but it is a pretty late drop, so I think I'm going to go with the cheaper card. Looks like red might be open. Still pretty early, so we'll have to suss out kind of what opens up. All right, here we've got Killian's Confidence. This is one of the premier Silver Quill cards that just gives you so much recurring value. We've also got Bogwater Lumaret, which is great in the Witherbloom deck. And then Tome Blast is just super solid. I think that Killian's Confidence is so powerful that I'm actually going to probably take it here. The Artisan is also really nice, just kind of value creature, but I don't think it's on the same power level. So we could take the Tome Blast and try to solidify sort of the red, but I think this is a stronger card. So just see what opens up. Okay, we've got a Prismari Charm, which is always decent. Can either bounce, do a damage to 2 targets, or surveil and draw. We also have just like a decent 2-drop here in Shattered Acolyte, and then Hydro Channeler if we want to go that direction. Tackle Artist I don't think is as strong. I think it's certainly fine, but it's kind of more replaceable. It's really, I think, between the Prismari Charm here and the Acolyte. We've got a couple white cards. I think I think I'm just going to go with the Acolyte, see if we can solidify that color. It's a little bit weaker than the Charm here, but we have a nice start to red-white, perhaps. It also lets us pivot to Silver Quill if that opens up. And Administrator is really powerful. We're getting some nice signals here. Looks like either going to be red-white or black-white. Yes, so Scolding Administrator, 2/2 for 2 Manus, and then with the Repartee, we can, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery that targets a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and then when this creature dies, if it had counters on it, put those on up to 1 target creature. Also, Imperious Inkmage is very solid. Flourish is a decent trick. Mascot, yeah, it's pretty strong. I mean, we've got a lot of decent cards here, but I think Administrator is the best. And now this is, I think, a pretty easy Interceptor. Although I suppose like Fire Dancer is also very good, but Interceptor has just been proving really strong, and just the fact that it replaces itself. We also have Rubble Rouser if we want to kind of set up for Boros or whatever the new Boros is called. I think Interceptor just can go either direction, and it's just a little bit more flexible. Sorry, I've got a little bit of a cough here. My apologies. Wow. Really nice cards here. We've got Dromedary, which is great in either deck. The fact that you can just recur it continually is really nice. It's also a decent body for 3 Vigilance. Another Johnny's Response is always good. Tome Blast is great. Ink Mage is good if we know we want to be in those colors. I think I'm just going to stay a little open here and just take the Dromedary. All right, and there's a nice Wilt in the Heat here. We could take the Interjection, which is fine, but it's a much weaker card than Wilt in the Heat, and this is just by far, I think, the strongest card in this pack. Again, Tackle Artist is pretty replaceable. And then I don't really like this effect, Harsh Annotation. I think it's okay, but it gives them something, so it's kind of a downgrade. Yeah, really solid card for the Boros deck, or yeah, the red-white deck. Rearing Embermare is fine. Cost of Brilliance is also fine, but looks like red and white is starting to open up. Allen Historian lets us stay open. Cost of Brilliance is fine. Strife Scholar is also fine. And that's a nice kind of later card for the Boros deck. Yeah, so we've got a pretty good start. We did get some really powerful Silver Quill cards. So if we like open like a really busted rare in... Okay, so we just opened one of the most powerful cards. Maybe we're just supposed to switch here. I mean, this card is silly. Ancestral Recall on a stick. Yeah, like we could look at like the Pigment Wrangler or whatever, but it's not even close to this power level. Yeah, let's just see what happens. I mean, this card is incredibly powerful. Could maybe do like a second pack switch into Prismari. It'd be a pretty big jump, but you know, if it doesn't happen, that's fine. Okay, Grave Researcher is really strong. This would be a nice pickup for Silver Quill. We also have Foolish Fate, which is a fantastic removal spell. Practiced Scrollsmith is quite strong, and Unsubtle Mockery. Dig Site Inventory is good as well. I think this is probably the most powerful of the options. It's like a decent way to kind of recur creatures. It looks really nice. Foolish Fate is just super efficient, though. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, we've gotten like... I think I'm going to go with the rare here, but I could certainly see going any direction. Okay, and 2 is better than 1. It's not even a legend, which is hilarious. So yeah, let's just take another one. Other than that, there's like Dissection Practice, which is like a minor, like consume strength, a little bit smaller. There's a Tome Blast. Nothing else is really jumping out here though. We could try to pick up blue and like make this wild jump into Prismari, but we're so far. I think that we just want to, if it was just like pick after pick, but I think we'll just take the Researcher there. We could pick up a duel. Dromedary is also really just a nice, strong card that we can recur. Rehearsed Debater is decent as well. And then there's a couple other cards. There's like a Rubble Rouser if we wanted to go that direction. I think we've got like 4 really strong black cards. So I'm starting to lean more into the like Silver Quill direction. I think we definitely want the land, but I'm not sure we'll have enough cards. So I'm just going to take the Dromedary here. It is a little bit of a higher top end, but it's a really nice one. Very nice rare here, Ambitious Augmenter if you were green. But for us, I think it's just a Stone Docent. Lumaret is also a really nice signpost for the Witherbloom deck. And yeah. So it looks like we're starting to go... Oh, interesting. Deflecting Palm. This is a nice trick, but let's stay black-white. I think out of all the options here, I really like Dig Site Inventory. We already have a decent number, I think, of creatures. Let's see if we cut the red. Although Molten Node is really good. Yeah, I think I'm just going to solidify us into black-white here. Could certainly see taking the Molten Node and just going like 3 color. That'd be another option. Pull from the grave, I think I want like 1 in the deck. This is a fine trick, but... Alright, and there's another Wilt in the Heat, wow. Between Cost of Brilliance and Rapier Wit, I mean, this replaces itself, which is kind of nice. It's also a little bit cheaper. Cost of Brilliance is nice, though. We do get some extra cards, so I think maybe I'll take one of these. Okay, nothing in Silver Quill, but this is a very nice red card here. All right, and now we will grab the land. Send of the Pest is also a very good card, but I think the first land is definitely going to be a little better. So we're almost at the end of pack 2. Another pack to go. Hopefully we can get enough playables to make this happen. Otherwise, I guess we could just do a 3-color deck. I'd prefer not to. And yeah, happy to pick up a Debater here. We are going to want to try to get a couple more 2s, though. We have a pretty big 3-drop slot. Yeah, so we waffled a little bit, but I think hopefully we can get a decent solid deck here. All right, so this rare is pretty fun. It's great in the, not our deck, but in the Witherbloom deck. Outside of that, we're probably looking at Imperious Inkmage. This is a very solid card. We do need a lot of 2s, though, so maybe we're supposed to just take the Shattered Acolyte here. I think we're just too low on 2s. So even though this is a little bit better, I think we're just going to take the 2-drop here. We could certainly use a couple more pieces of removal. Banemaker is great. I think it's just Eternal Student, though. It's a little bit more value. There's also a Locust Spray, which we could use for, just kind of give this a little bit of flexibility. We don't have too many 4-drops, and this is a nice value card. Yeah, we might need to pick up a couple more tricks. Like we have a little bit of pump, a little bit of tapping, and then we have, I guess, like Killian's Confidence. We don't really have that many ways to just flat out kill creatures though. So I think we're gonna have to pick up some, we could do like a Masterful Flourish. It's not a bad trick. Although I do like Dig Site Inventory. This is just really nice, repeatable ways to trigger repartee. Daydreaming is okay, but I think I like Dig Site more. So it's going to be close if we have enough playables here. We've got a couple more packs to look through in this third pack. Oh, that's a really nice gift. Is exactly what we're looking for. Abigail, Poet Laureate. It's just a way to kind of continually recur, putting counters on creatures. This is fantastic for us. And let's see, we have 14 creatures. We have a couple different ways to trigger repartee. I think the Dig Site Inventory is really going to help to just give us some repeatable ways. Wow. Luluwen Exchange Student is really nice in the Witherbloom deck. Hop to It is nice just to give us a bunch of creatures. Stand Up for Yourself is a little bit of removal we could pick up. Could also just go with some more like card replacement. Yeah, I mean, maybe we're supposed to take this Stand Up for Yourself here, just because we don't have that much removal. I don't know that we need another one of these. Maybe another Flourish. Okay, and then here we could take either an Interjection for even more tricks, or just, I think a little bit of Recursion is nice than Osteomancer. Really happy to see our first Glyph Mage. This is fantastic. Although we are low on 2-drops, so let's take the Poet instead here. Glyph Mage is a little bit of a better card, but Poet definitely still has repartee, and it's also a 2-drop. It fits our curve a little bit better. And yeah, happy to pick up our first Ink Mage. This deck is coming together. Grab a Barrog Banemaker. Death Touch is really nice. And then pick up another Flourish. And another Dig Site Inventory. Okay. Yeah, so I think this is maybe like not the strongest Silver Quill deck. We don't have as much removal as we would like. We do have a fair amount of creatures though, which is kind of nice. And I don't think we need to splash. So we've got 47 cards here. Let's take a look at our curve. Could probably cut like one Dust Speaker. I do like the Dromedaries and a little bit of Recursion here. Pull from the Grave is also nice. I don't know that we need both of those effects. Cost of Brilliance. And then I think we just have a lot of like cheap tricks, and I don't know how many of these we actually need. Let's see. Put that as a maybe. I think we want to keep all of our 2-drops. Owlin Historian is probably in, but let's just keep it as a maybe for now. I think I like all the dig sites just because they have flashback. They're just cheap ways to recur. And then I guess, let's see, how many is that? So we're down to 46 cards. If we just cut all of these, that gets us to 40. And then how many creatures do we have at that point? Excuse me. 18 creatures, so very, very creature heavy. So maybe cut a little bit of top end. Excuse me. And then just add back in like one of the tricks, or even just like one of these like mid-range flyers. I think I like that a little bit more. Although I suppose we could use maybe like this Cost of Brilliance, or even like a Flourish would be nice. We do have a lot of creatures. Decent number of 3s. Yeah, I guess let's keep in maybe one Flourish. Although the Rapier Wit does replace itself, so maybe that's the card to keep. All right, something like that. Curious to see how Silverquill plays out. I haven't had a chance to draft this archetype yet. Had a lot of fun with Witherbloom in my last draft, so go check that one out if you're interested. All right, opening hand looks good. We've got both colors of mana and a little bit of a slow draw here, but we do have a nice rare, so happy to keep that. Also, this one is good with a lot of creatures in the deck. Just gives us a lot of targets. And if it turns out we want even more tricks, I could even see like replacing maybe like one of these, since we have 2 of these guys to get stuff back, with another trick. It's a really nice setup for that deck. Could just buy a little bit of time here. We don't have any repartee to set up just yet. Yeah, just cycle a card here I think is okay. Could go for a Stone Docent, but we also could just get kind of Ink Mage or Researcher going, and then have like Dig Site for a little bit later. So yeah, could start surveilling. Although I suppose we could have Ink Maged first, since this surveils too. And they'll probably use removal on our first creature. We can get it back with Osteomancer. Yeah, this one seems really powerful once it gets going. All right, so now we can just go Ink Mage and then start building our yard a little bit more to set up for when we bring it back. Let's get some more creatures in the yard. Could dig site this up to a 4/4, which I think is fine. We don't really have any repartee to work with just yet, but we could always use the second half of the card later if we want. Now we could Osteomancer and raise dead. Could also just dig site to make a good trade if they decide to go for it. Yeah, I feel like if we play this, we probably want to raise dead in the same turn so we don't get blown out. But in order to make an attack here, although I guess we could just trade this for the Shade Rider, and it wouldn't be the end of the world since we're going to be planning to bring it back with the Grave Researcher. Yeah, I guess I'm fine with that. And they've got Raise Dead as well. All right, we'll get the Researcher going, and then we can probably want to use the inventory here to see if we can trade for a little bit more than just one Osteomancer. If they want to double block, I'm okay with it. I suppose, actually, we could, maybe we should have attacked with this one too, because we do want to trade it in to recur it later. Let's see, now we've got 2 creatures in the yard. So we're getting there. Yeah, in hindsight, I think attacking with this one as well would have been good. And they've got the recursion train going too. We have another one coming, so I think making this trade we're okay with. So they probably just get back the Apprentice one more time here, I'm assuming. Mascot is really strong. It's a little bit dangerous attacking with both of these. Probably keep the docent back just in case they've got a trick. Oh, that's a nice pickup. Now they've got that and the -4/-4, which is super good. So they've got a really strong attack here with Mascot. If they have another creature or removal, that might just be it. Ah. Whew. Yeah, they had a little bit of the better recursion train than we did. I guess with that in mind, maybe we want to have like 2 forms of recursion just because we've got a lot going on there with that. So maybe we do bring in like the Pull from the Grave. It's really good with like Osteomancer and like the Researchers to kind of keep the train rolling. So I could see bringing that in and maybe cutting like the Rapier Wit. Other than that, I think it looks pretty good. All right, opening hand looks good. We've got both colors. Can lead out here with the Form of Amity. Nothing to do on 2, but we can get Researcher going, and then if they kill it, we can just bring it back with Osteomancer. Blue-black is a kind of a weird color pair, so not sure what's going on there. Ooh, Administrator's great. But yeah, let's go with Researcher. Okay, so Sultai kind of makes sense. Yep, let's get all the creatures in there. Can get a Dromedary going. If they've got a trick, we can use Stand Up For Yourself. So unfortunately that doesn't quite work since it has to have a 3 power. But we can get it back with Osteomancer. If they have Essence Scatter here, it would be a little bit rough. I suppose we could just get it back though. So this is really nice. You can just keep recurring it. Could use another black source. And an Eternal Student. Yeah, happy to trade this with their Banemaker. And then we could just recur that and then play Administrator. I kind of like that. So a little bit slow, but we do have a lot of recursion. Whew. All right, let's see what you got. Let's see what your trick is. It's a really nice one here. So we could go like Dromedary plus Inventory. Again, I'm just holding off on the Osteomancer until I have a second black source, just so we don't lose it without getting value. And yeah, can just keep going here. Do another dig site inventory. Although I suppose we don't need to even put it on the Administrator. We could have put it on the Dromedary if we wanted to. But it's nice because like if you put it here and then like this gets killed, we can move the counters to another creature. Although it's probably more likely to get bounced. And we can just recur this thing all day long. We have all the white sources, no black. Let's see, do we want to put this in play before we attack in case they kill this? So we can move the counters over here. I suppose we could always move them to the Banemaker. I think we do want to have access to stand up for yourself just in case. Five cards and lots of open mana. What have you got? Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll pump here. Might as well use our mana. Suppose they could bounce something. That would be one of the downsides. It's back. Yeah, Dromedary just seems sweet. Like, it's slow, but the recurrence is real. It's lots of value. Okay, careful study bird. Could you stand up for ourselves and just push? We don't really... I guess they're at 3, so we might as well. Gonna need 2 pieces of removal here to get out of this. I suppose they can go to 1 and have a piece of removal that works too. All right, on to the next. Yeah, Dromedary just seems really good. A little slow, but great. Opening hand looks good. Both colors of mana. Got a 2-drop this time, and even a 1-drop. That is a nice one. Okay. I mean, we'll take it. That is a sweet card. Oh man. I kind of want to like just play that, but getting it in our yard does help get this thing active. And we already have two drops here, so I think I will put it in the yard just to start setting up. And just drop a bunch of bears. Stock Up is a great card. But we have some nice board presence now, which is great. Ooh, that's actually kind of nice. That gets a little bit of value just by putting it in the yard. So we can still use the flashback half of it. We could just remove that, but I think having us lose creatures is like not the end of the world, because then that gets Researcher going. What does this one do? Can drain them a little bit. Can dig site the Acolyte here. Or we could just like let something die and then just Osteomancer. But again, like we want more creatures in our yard. Yeah, I think we just maybe hang on to this in case, see what they kill, or hold up like a Johnny's Response. Feels pretty good. Sort of a weird setup. It's like we want creatures to go to the yard so that this starts doing stuff. And we could Osteomancer here and just like set up, but I think we just want to hold a Johnny's Response maybe. Although I guess if we play this, like we have lethal if they don't deal with it. Yeah, okay. We could have tapped that differently to Raise Dead, but I don't think we even need to. I think maybe we just put this on like this 2/2 here. Just to spread out the damage as much as possible. So like, I guess knowing that, we could have done it pre-combat. I don't think it super matters. Unless they have like a wipe all our board. They could, I suppose if they have Splatter Technique, we could be in trouble. 4 to everything. And there's another Researcher. Yeah, so if we just Ajani's Response, the Whale, and push, it's pretty good. And that should do it. So yeah, a little bit messy, but we got there. Opening hand looks great. Yeah, really nice 2-drops. Abigail, super happy with his hand. So the question is, do we lead out with Administrator? Since we don't really have instants to go right away. This is a decently powerful creature. Maybe we start with the Acolyte just to see if they have removal and they want to just clear it out. Ink Mage is good. We could play this and go for Administrator, but actually Laureate is much better once we start casting creatures. So let's do that. If it survives a turn, could start getting some value. That is a big if. Okay, looks like it might. Yeah, definitely not trading here. Could double spell. Which feels really good. Although I guess that just... I suppose we play one and then we stanza. Yeah, alright, so let's do Administrator first. And this is going to get a buff just by playing it. We could... I suppose we want to put the counter over here on the Acolyte because then it can start trading. Also just to spread the value around a little bit. If we play it here, we have a decent blocker, but like we're gaining some life, so I think I'm okay with just putting it on the Acolyte. Yeah, and again, not interested in blocking there. They could make it a 4/4. Ooh, Nita. Whenever you cast a spell you don't own, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. 2 and sack another creature. Exile target instant or sorcery from an opponent's graveyard. You may cast it this turn and mana of any type. And then you exile it. Activate it only as a sorcery. Okay, so do we don't have any instants or sorceries in our yard just yet, thankfully. Yeah, we can still double creature here, which is really nice for Abigail. Yeah, so let's Acolyte and just keep the stanza going. So if we use stanza on the Administrator, it becomes a 5/5, which is still not good enough to really get through. So I guess let's just put it on our Laureate. Could have also put it on the Acolyte as well. I think that'd be fine. Yeah, maybe putting it on a different creature just so this, because this is a huge like target. Just spread out the threat. And if we make this a 5/5, they're like less likely to attack, and if they kill it, then we can move the counters, so maybe that was the move. Stargaze for 3. That's a sweet card. Look at 6 cards, take 3, lose 3 life. All right, so we can Interceptor and then stanza and then even use this creature's ability as well. I kind of like that. So let's stanza on the Acolyte. Get that into the mix. And then we can rejoinder to tap down their Debater and push. Could also just play a Docent here as well. I think I like the rejoinder though. Now we've got a force block with a Conciliator. Unless they've got like a 1-mana spell. Yeah, man, Abigail and Scolding Administrator. These cards are great. And that's going to do it. All right, 3-1. Opening hand looks good. We've got Killian's Confidence, which I'm super excited to play with. It's really nice with the Poet, just draining them and then constantly getting it back. I think since we've only got one black source, we're going to want to probably lead out with a Poet over the Acolyte. Okay, there's another black. That's nice. Acolyte's also pretty nice, like the lifelink is, they're both great. So the question is like next turn if we want to try to use Killian's Confidence to like push through damage and then like get it back, or just go for like the Researcher. Ooh, Color Storm Stallion is really, really good. Wow. That is like a must-kill threat. But we don't have any removal, so... Just play the Researcher and try to trade. Or we could try to like find removal with Killian's Confidence. Doesn't really build our board though much, so I think I'm going to go with the Researcher. Yeah, Silver Quill is like, it's really good if it's the attacker, but like on defense, not quite as good. Oh man. Oh, wow. And even just making the token, yeah, that's great. Okay, Ajani's response could not have come any sooner. That's fantastic. Ward 1, okay. And yeah, I don't think we want to push here. We just want to make sure we kill this Colorstorm Stallion. It's going to take our whole turn. I suppose like we would trade our Poet with the Paint Mage, but like the Glassrite, probably not. Although getting creatures into our yard is good for Researcher, so maybe we do want to make this trade. Wow. Okay, we want that in the yard. Echo Casting Symposium. So that's every turn they're going to copy one of their creatures. That's bananas. Is that a, it's a lesson, it's a sorcery, okay. Whew. Don't know if we can beat that. All right, let's start with Abigail. I guess if we Killian's Confidence, we don't really want to trade this though. Yeah, that's a sweet rare. They're gonna have all the mana in the world to use with their Paint Mage. Tablet is really good with 1 billion mana, as it happens. Sure. Yeah, there are some rares in this set that are just pretty hard to beat. All right, we're taking 4. Killian's Confidence here. I think just Dromedary is fine. Can block one of their creatures. Gets our stanza back. I don't think attacking is great right now. We do probably want to get rid of this actually at some point with our Acolyte, but the life gain is pretty huge. So I suppose we could push. They hit us with 3 of these things. That's fine. Man, multiple Sky Whales is going to be out of control. and they can throw 8 power at whatever we attack with, which is hilarious. So yeah, I think we just get in with Dromedary. Man, I don't even know if how we do this exactly. So we can get it back and replay it. Guess we just make a huge Acolyte. Dig site is nice. Man, multiple Sky Whales, though. This is going to be out of hand. And that's a spell, too. Oh, my God. Sky Whale is going to do so much damage. Ooh, bounce the Acolyte. Okay, that's probably lights out. Yeah, that's going to do it. Tough beats. Casting Symposium is a busted card. All right, 3 and 2. Can we continue fighting on? Yeah, opening hand looks good. A little bit slow, but still good. Laureate is nice. Could play Laureate. We won't be able to get value right away, so I think maybe leading out with the Ink Mage maybe is better. Trying to suss out like the first removal spell. Ooh, Dromedary is a great card to put in the yard. And we can start building the yard for one of our 3-drop rares, which I think is pretty good to start filling it up. Three first strike is a little bit, it's pretty good. We could Killian's Confidence and trade it for the page. Or just play Eternal Student. Could also play the Laureate and get like Dig Site going. Yeah, I guess I like Confidence here. And then we could even Dig Site and see if they want to do like a double trade. And let's get back confidence. Suppose we could make it a 6/6, but let's just get confidence back. Although if they have removal, that's kind of a big swing. So now we could Abigail, or maybe just Debater, get Dromedary back. Could also like Debater plus Dig Site, just make like a big solid threat. Yeah, they can start throwing stuff into the air, which is pretty nasty. So maybe like Abigail. They only have 2 cards in hand. So if we go like Abigail, I think I'm gonna go Debater here and then maybe double Dig Site. Or we could only single Dig Site. Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, I think if we maybe developed more creatures there, we wouldn't have been so susceptible to like a big swing like that. Now we gotta be a little bit careful because they can give something else flying and yeah, flying until end of turn. Okay, let's get Abigail going. Then we could get Stanza, but we have like double Dig Site here. Could also go for Killian's Confidence. So now we have 2 creatures that can block the Honorbound page unless it uses its ability. This thing can give something double strike though, which is pretty nasty. Yeah, they've got a nice deck. First strike, double strike, double strike. Wow, if they have more action, we could just be... That could be it. Wow, yeah, it's really solid attack. Okay, so I think we can't block the Honorbound page. If we block like here and here, we die. So we have to block the Ink Mage. So we block here and here. we go to 2. Whew. So now we've got Interceptor. We can play 2 creatures. Make this like a 4/5. Alright, if we get the Poet going. Then we can Stanza and we can do these 4. So let's Stanza to make our Poet Laureate a 4/5. Oh, you know, we don't have enough white mana to make this work, unfortunately. Yeah, because they have this dig site, which is really good. I think that one turn that we just kind of didn't play an extra creature really cost us. And now they've got Interceptor to tap down the Poet Laureate. And that's it. They didn't even end up needing the dig site. So yeah, just cheap threats with Silverquill is really nasty. Okay, yeah, didn't end up getting a great finish, but definitely learned a couple things there. Ended up going 3-3. So got a couple things back, but yeah, thanks guys for watching. And if you do like this kind of content, you want to see more drafts, put it in the comments, and we will see you in the next one.